Hey, I'm Tara, and this is our happy horoscope check-in for the Scorpio season. We are a few hours away from a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. We started the season off with a partial solar eclipse that was in Scorpio, and now the eclipse is always they always come in two. So now we are going to experience a total lunar eclipse. It begins. I'm on the East Coast, so for me, it's going to be. I believe it starts somewhere around like 3 a.m. or something like that. We'll see if it wakes me up. Um, Hopefully there'll be clear skies, and it should be concluding somewhere around 5 6 a.m. So if you are an earlyish riser, or if you're on your way to work, you might get a chance to see. It's also called a blood moon because during a lunar eclipse, the Earth gets between the sun and the moon, and it blocks the light of the sun on the moon. And it kind of casts a reddish color to the moon, so that's why it's called a blood moon. Um, you've probably, if you're interested in astrology, you've probably been doing some research on this. You're going to see a lot of forecasts and articles and everything about this lunar eclipse. Some of them can seem a little, what's a good word to use? A little like dire is the best word that I can come up with. Um, I'm feeling really good energy from this eclipse. Scorpio season is a very emotional time of year. It's intense and it's dark, and it can feel very messy because you're dealing with emotions, and you're dealing with like those really deep ones that don't always come to the surface as easily. And that's what this time of year is meant to be all about. It prepares us as we're moving through the rest of the year, to really understand our emotional selves and be comfortable with our emotional selves, even those deep dark things. It's also a good time for release, and a lunar eclipse, a full moon, is definitely a good time to release anything that is no longer working for you. It is definitely transformational energy, and transformation can be difficult. Even positive transfer. And personally, I believe that all transformations are positive. Good always comes from anything that happens. It just doesn't always reveal itself all at once. But I'm really liking this energy because of the energy of Taurus. Taurus is earth energy. It's indulgent. It's all about your self-care. It's all about, what do you need? What are you worth? What do you deserve? And those are the kinds of questions that you want to be asking yourself during this energy. It's also a very grounding force when you're in the midst of, Scorpio energy that again, it's emotional, it's a water sign, so it can feel very, up and down and turbulent. And now you've got this huge grounding force that's coming in at saying, okay, now you know how you feel. What are you going to do with that? I suggest approaching this, and it doesn't matter if you come across this video before the eclipse, after the eclipse, 6 months from now. Set an intention. Decide, what is it that isn't working for you any longer? What do you want to release? Things like fear, like worry, like a sense of feeling powerless. That maybe is one of the greatest things that you could let go of, is that sense of being, not having control over what is happening to you. And I feel like a lot of times with any energy, that's how we can feel. We can feel like, you know what, we have no control. It's just, this is the energy and that's what it is. And we're just being carried along for the ride. That is so not the truth. you have all the power. You decide, what am I going to let go of? What isn't working for me anymore? Maybe there's something, maybe it's a fear of change, or a doubt about your ability to change, or anything else that just isn't working for you. And this is the perfect time to release it. And this particular lunar eclipse is very much about, if you know, all of the energies, all of the readings that we've done throughout this year, throughout 2022, has been very much about moving us forward. And part of that is letting go. Part of that is allowing new energies in. This particular lunar eclipse, to me, is bringing a lot of clarity. Clarity about where it is that you want to go. And once you know that, once you make a decision, you can't help but go there. Because you've made a decision, you've set an intention, and the energies are just going to get you there. And that's what this lunar eclipse is all about. It's about helping you move forward by showing you, by giving you opportunities, by giving you inspirations, instincts, all kinds of different things that are going to help you to take that next step towards whatever it is, that whatever transformation. And there's always transformation in life, because we're always growing and we're always changing. Every single second something different is happening. So I'm really feeling very positive about this eclipse, and I hope that you are too. And I just kind of want to do a quick recap. I did draw another card for the eclipse. We'll look at that in a second. But I want to do a quick recap of the cards that we drew for this particular season. The energy moving away from us was the sun energy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes giving into the darkness, or allowing the darkness, learning how to work with the darkness, and understanding that the darkness doesn't last, the light always comes through, is a very powerful thing. Being in the present moment and trusting your intuition, trusting yourself. That's where your power lies, is trusting yourself and knowing that the universe is going to bring you what you need if you can trust yourself enough to say, this is where I want to go. And the universe will help you get there. And renewal. Everything has been all about renewal. And this lunar eclipse is going to bring you some tools that will help you with that renewal. And then, like, our bonus card was, well, we had two sort of. The Ace of Wands from the Crow deck was all about success. If you set an intention, you can't help but succeed. You can't. Because one or another, you're going to get there. And then major life changes. And that's what the energy wants to help you do. Are you going to have to leave some stuff behind? Yeah. But you can decide what it is that you leave behind. You don't have to just sit there and let stuff be drawn away from you. You can decide, you know what? Maybe it's fear of change I'm going to let go of. And then I'm going to open myself up to whatever comes my way and go with it. Okay? So, full moon in Taurus, total lunar eclipse. In my neck of the woods, it'll be the early hours. You can look up and see when the eclipse is actually happening for you. It is very powerful and very transformational energy. And be easy with yourself, be easy with others, and, trust the process and know that you're headed in a good direction. You're headed in the direction that you are meant to go. As long as you keep a positive intention, everything is going to work out wonderfully. Okay, so the card that we drew for our lunar eclipse. Oh, and by the way, the Uranus card was the major life changes. That was what we drew for the solar eclipse. that was getting us set up for this. So let's see what our next card is. Huh. See? Security, the root chakra. That's what Taurus is all about. That's what Taurus energy is all about. In a lot of ways, all of our intentions really take basis in this, in the root chakra, because our intentions are earth-based. We are earth-based individuals. Yes, we are surrounded by energy, and we feel that energy, and we want to work with that energy for the betterment of our earthly lives. So what we're almost always looking for is to feel secure, to know that we have everything we need for our happiness, our well-being, our abundance. And that's what this energy is bringing. It's asking you what can change that can help you to have more of this, more of that feeling grounded, of feeling secure, of feeling as if you have everything that you need and everything is great. Now, don't get me wrong, because we are earthly beings, and part of our existence here on earth is always going to be wanting more. You never get it done. You never get it done. You're never, you could have, you could, want $1 billion. And once you have that $1 billion, you're going to want something else, because that's what we are here meant to do. You never get it done. But, and I know this is cliche and you hear it a million times, but the joy is in fact in the journey. The joy is in the wanting. The joy is in the changes that you're going through to get to that security. This is a really good, I love this card for this particular energy, and I hope that you find a lot of really good, positive inspiration from this lunar eclipse. And I hope that you're having a really happy and easy-going season, and if you need more happiness, now's the time to set the intention for it, because it's there. It's just waiting for you to recognize it. And that's what this energy is all about. It wants to help you to recognize all of the good things that you have in your life and go after more of that, because that's what we're all here for. And that's what the energy wants to help you do. So have a wonderful lunar eclipse. I am hoping that the energy wakes me up so that I can see some of it. And I hope that you are well and taking care of yourself and those that you care about. And I'll be back for Sagittarius season.